There is no an escape route for William Ruto come 2027. This one has been determined by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in his tour in the UK or the United Kingdom, and while speaking in London, Rigathi Gachagua explained how much William Ruto has lost the grip of some of the areas that voted for him, including his home turf, in his bedroom, where Rigathi Gachagua has promised that they will split the votes 50-50, where William Ruto will get half of the votes, while the United Opposition will equally have the votes. And also is using Emurua Dikir as the case study of these results that is perpetuating. Now, before we do a deeper analysis of the same, let us listen to what he said while in London.
An election in a place called Emurua Dikir. That is Ruto's supposed bedroom. He had to bribe people at home to vote for UDA. Bribing people at home. And 11,000 people took his money and voted against him. That is how sweet the whole thing is. I can tell you, that Rift Valley, we shall split with him half-half. And that is the only place he'll get half. That's the only place. Nyanza, where he was relying on, Akina Sivuna and group have 74%. The guy is in total trouble. Hata saingine mimi namuonea huruma hii jamaa, unajua alikuwa mtu yangu. Lakini nikikumbuka vile ameumiza wa Kenya nasema ni sawa. He is in trouble, and I can tell you there is no escape route. So that's the good news. The bad news is
now, that is the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua speaking to the people of London, where he was speaking about how Kenya is and how much William Ruto has lost, and equally the amount of pressure and also the amount of problems William Ruto has subjected Kenyans to. But then he's telling the people, the Kenyans in diaspora, especially in the UK, and he's telling them that this time round William Ruto may not get an escape route, and he might not clinch or rather defend his second term in office. And they have been saying that he is a one-term president, and that will still hold water because of many things. In fact, I have 3 points here which I've drawn from Rigathi Gachagua's statement. The first point is about the Emurua Dikir by-election that happened recently on 14th May 2026. And according to Rigathi Gachagua, actually DCP was not bound, or rather was bound to lose that election. But then what matters is that how was the margin, yeah, and how bad was the loss. That is according to him. And he said that in Emurua Dikir, the first man, or the UDA, of course, won against DCP, because in as much as there were 5 contenders, the race was between 2 parties, 2 people, DCP and UDA. And true to the word, UDA won the election with close to 18,000 votes, followed by DCP with around 11,000 votes. It was a margin of like 7,000 votes. So according to Rigathi Gachagua, that is a pure statement, a very deep statement, given that Emurua Dikir is considered to be William Ruto's bedroom. And William Ruto used his people, those who are closer to him, to make sure the people of Emurua Dikir are bribed wholesomely. Yeah, many people were being paid so that they come out and vote for UDA party. But amid the bribery, amid the voter, amid using a lot of cash, to avoid the embarrassment and also humiliation, still 11,000 people voted for DCP candidate. They were confident that DCP is better than UDA. And remember, that is William Ruto's bedroom. So according to him, William Ruto is bound to get 50, a half of the votes. In fact, 50 votes, 50% of the votes of Rift Valley, the entire Rift Valley. Yeah, and the other 50 will go to the United Opposition. Yeah. So according to him, Rift Valley is the bedroom of William Ruto. And if William Ruto is going to lose the 50 of the votes from Rift Valley, it means he is done with. And you know, this is the only place where William Ruto will get half of the votes of that region, because other regions are gone. When we talk about Nyanza, where he was so much banking on, Nyanza right now, we have 74% of the vote. That is according to the research or the TIFA polls. 74% is for the Linda Mwananchi, while the other is for William Ruto. So you see here, he has already gotten very little, not even half of the votes of the Luo Nyanza. In Kisii, he has never gotten half of the votes. Even in 2022, he never got half of the votes, the Gusii region. In fact, he got around 34% of vote of both Nyamira and Kisii County. But this time, with the emergence of Fred Matiang'i, who is also vying for presidency, and of course they have agreed that they will produce one presidential candidate, that tells you that William Ruto will not get even 5% of the Gusii vote. And then the Western region, equally, he got some percentage there in 2022. But right now, given that Sifuna is there and Natembeya is there, there are some people, strongholds, there are some foot soldiers of opposition who are there in Western region. He will not get that vote. And then when talk of the Mount Kenya region, it's gone. He got a lot of votes from that region, but right now it is gone. And that is the sole reason why Gachagua is saying that there is no escape route for William Ruto, and that this time round ataenda nyumbani. Another thing that makes Gachagua to say that you know, things are hard right now for William Ruto is because of the Sifuna influence. Edwin Sifuna has come as a youth who resonates so well with the young people. Remember, in as much as initially we all know that youths don't vote, this time around they will be forced to vote because of the circumstances they have, they have been put into. And if they vote, Edwin Sifuna has the backing of almost all the youths, not only the Gen Zs, the millennials. Edwin Sifuna has come up with a leader who knows the plight of the youth. A leader who knows how much Kenyans are suffering under William Ruto. A youth, or the leader who speaks truth to power. And many people are embracing him so much. So that one alone is worthy to give William Ruto shivers down the spine. Because if this opposition team come together, things are going to be so hard for William Samoei Ruto. Completely. And many people are questioning themselves, which route William Ruto will use to win presidency, in as much as he says he's so confident. And the people around him have been saying that, oh, if William Ruto atakama hazitaja tutajaz. I don't know how this is going to happen, because watu wote tu, people have decided it is not William Ruto again. And then the TIFA polls gave results recently, and the polls indicated so much. Because according to the polls, the presidential candidates, William Ruto is ahead by 24%, followed by Kalonzo Musyoka, 19%, then Fred Matiang'i, 18%, Sifuna, 14%. And then, what if this is Sifuna, we have Kalonzo and Matiang'i come together to front one individual to battle out with William Ruto? That means he has no chance. William Ruto will have no chance, because you include these followers of Matiang'i, followers of Kalonzo, and of those of Sifuna, you will realize things are not okay again for William Ruto, and he has every reason to feel troubled, to feel humiliated. He has every reason to be thoughtful. He has every reason. Yeah? Na wale jamaa ambao ni marafiki za Ruto, tafadhali wamfike karibu, because these are bad times. No wonder in 2022 the court Secretary Francis Atwol used to tell the people in Sugoi that kata miti because someone might hang himself there. This time round now ndio hiyo ile inakuja, whatever I told you was saying maybe inakuja sasa hivi. Mambo ni magumu. Anyway, I don't know what you know or rather what your opinion is, but you can always share with me in the comment section. I'll be going through all sentiments, all comments, and perhaps I'll reply to each and every comment so that maybe it might form a basis of whatever we're gonna talk about in the next video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, like and sharing our comment or other content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.